rotate device. It says I need to rotate the device. Why? I don't want to. I don't want to rotate my device. No one's out there anyway. What if I click that? All right, fine. I'll rotate the device. There, YouTube. You happy? I hope you're happy, YouTube. I hope you're very happy. I wonder if anybody will notice that I'm live. Probably not. Hello, greetings, person who has joined. I'm going to have to hold this stupid thing steady because YouTube doesn't want me to have my phone sitting down. Oh, they're gone. Hey, Doomsword, how are you? I see you. Robert Phillips, there's Mrs. the Dungeon Delver.
Hello.
Yes, her voice is shot, her feet are tired. I hope everyone is having a wonderful time. It is cold but awesome here in lovely Lake Geneva. Welcome everybody to a very impromptu stream. Got an alert from YouTube, had to say hello. Jorge, of course, my friend. Of course. So, anyway, here I am. It's Thursday evening. And it's so awesome because, I'm here, and unlike other cons before, like, I have, this is basically kind of the preliminary day, even though we did a lot. I have time. I have time to have a good time. Hail Lobster Unbreaded. Michael Connor, my friend, guess what? I met the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Ty Beard today, and I will be playing some OD&D with him at this con. That's right.
I met him too. He was really cool.
Yeah, Ty is awesome. Get Ty Beard. I have got Ty Beard. Yes, lo and behold, you made it to the Dragonlands. Yes. So I just wanted to show some slides. Yeah, I shaved. I sure did. I shaved.
You did it for me.
Yeah, I did. She likes.
I like the naked face.
Likes the naked face. So anyway, whoa, try not to lose you guys. Anyway, so I've had a pretty good time. I did have a new Glaurus. Yes, I did. I had one today. It was delicious. Thank you. Hello, GR. Good to see you up there. If I miss your comment, wow, 11 folks already. But if I miss your comments, I apologize. I took 15 or 20 years off with that good. God, now my wife will never let me grow a beard again. Yeah.
Wait, that's an option? Really?
God, no. Studio security, get in here.
There's no security, honey. You're doomed.
I have not played yet. I'm getting into an AD&D game that Alan Grohe is running, and William Smith will also be running a game that I've gotten into, and I will be running some OD&D. So all that's happening, and of course I'm playing. I'm gaming with Heidi and Eric. Alan Canning, good to see you. Mobius, greetings to you. Good to see you. But I thought I'd show off a little bit of loot. It's loot. I bought and paid for it. It's not swag.
Yeah, I can attest to that.
yeah. As I'm not officially DMing, I'm not an official dungeon master this year because it happened so fast because of you guys, and I say that with all the love. I didn't really have a chance to set up something for gaming, but maybe, yeah, I also didn't have to stress about it. Now I can just come up with some cockamamie OD&D thing. But I wanted to show off some of the loot that I've gotten today. So first up, because we hit the Gary Con booth first. First up, I got a challenge coin.
I love the challenge coins.
This is this year's challenge coin. And if you're unfamiliar with what the challenge coin is and what it means, you should definitely do a little Google searching because that is awesome. So they had these this year. They had last year's, but they're like the size of a dinner coaster. Like I
They're
think
beautiful though.
TSA would stop me for trying to smuggle car parts or something with those.
And they're not. Ours were numbered, so we got numbered ones.
Yes,
There were some that were unnumbered.
The missus is pointing out we got those. Florida's representing up here, I should point out. I saw like 5 or 6 Florida texts. You Floridians, my fellow Floridians, y'all are crazy.
Floridians.
Y'all are crazy for driving up here. That's like a 20-hour drive. I mean, I'm out about and managed to escape Florida without getting eaten by an alligator or a grue. That's right. That's right. And I did get loose from the garage.
Mm-hmm.
So we bought some loot. I got a pink Gary Con t-shirt for the missus. Kind of showing
I occasionally wear colors.
that logo off there. And I got a black one. I think it's the same design.
Yes.
Actually. Yeah. So there's one. And again, this is loot, not swag, because I had to pillage this with my own money.
Mm-hmm.
I picked up, this is from a few years ago. I'm not sure how well this is going to show up on camera, but this is a Demogorgon Gary Con exclusive mini. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this out here right now. If anyone, first of all, if they have any left, if anyone would like the Paladin in Hell Gary Con exclusive mini, if they still have some for sale, ping me and I will pick you one up, and then you can just pay me the cost of it plus shipping, and I will get you one of those. So those are, because they're really cool, and if you like minis, then they're something awesome to have. So next up, D&D related. So of course, we've had Alan Hammock on the show many, many times, and Alan is a fan of the show, and he's a great guy. Now, like a dope, first of all, I felt terrible about this. Hey, Lightmane, greetings. Clanner Jake, hello. But Ken Robeson says, hi, Mrs. Bill. Game for You, Westlands is a 2D6 fantasy game using the Traveller game engine, and it just bait it. It'll pop back up in a second because comments on YouTube live. But I didn't realize Alan Hammock was running Ghost Tower today, and he would have let me play Ghost Tower with him today. And I forgot my copy of Ghost Tower of Inverness today. Now, I knew he'd be here, or I forgot it altogether. It's at home. I knew he would be here, so I brought my copy of Ghost Tower. Imperial Ramblings, hello. So Westlands, that sounds very cool. That sounds very cool. So I did bring my copy of Assault on the Area of the Slave Lords, which is another one of my favorite Alan Hammock modules, and I got that autographed, which it's backwards, I know. So it says Bill Alan Hammock best Alan Hammock Gary Con 2023, and Heidi Gygax's going to be at Gary Con. Yes, she is. I'm gonna try and touch base with her. John Scott, greetings to Toronto. I'm actually closer to you now than most nights, and I met the man, the myth, the legend, David S. LaForce, Diesel LaForce, today. And so we were talking about, I brought him my copy of Slave Pits of the Undercity to autograph for me. And by the way, if you're from Wizards of the Coast and you're watching this, interesting piece of trivia. Did you know that slavers are bad guys? And it's okay to include them in your D&D adventures as long as they're bad guys? But I digress. Anyway, Slave Pits of the Undercity, and his illustration in Slave Pits of the Undercity features prominently in the middle a dwarven woman, and he said, dwarven women have beards, to which I vehemently agreed, and he said, yes, they have beards. Diesel 2023. He was awesome, and we're going to try and get him on the show. We're gonna try and have him on the show. And he also, I got many autographs. Now, Doomsword, hopefully this makes you happy, buddy. Doomsword, as part of a big purchase of books from me, Doomsword sold me a very clean and in great shape copy of Deities and Demigods Unexpurgated. So right here, it has already been graced by author Jim Ward and one of the artists, David S. LaForce. Look at the art that he did.
It is so cool watching him
Yeah,
draw a dragon.
he sketched a dragon in there for me. He says, I like to draw things in the books, and I've shown you guys before from home. I've shown you the beautiful gold and black treasure chest he did in my Dungeon Master's Guide. So he drew that, and Darlene, the beautiful and awesome Darlene, also autographed this. Now, I ran into Errol Otis today. It's a little hard to see, but it's right there. I ran into Errol Otis today, and I asked him, I said, hey, Mr. Otis, could I get your autograph? And he said he'd be happy to, but he would prefer to do it tomorrow. So tomorrow, I am going to swing by his booth, and I'm going to get Errol's autograph and maybe, hopefully, a little sketch. I don't know how he does his things. He may not do that. Not everybody does that. But hopefully I can get a signature in Deities and Demigods. Now, Jeff Easley was also there. Now, I will say unequivocally that outside of I would say second half of classic AD&D, Jeff Easley is hands down one of my favorite artists. I would even put him before Larry Elmore as far as being a favorite artist of mine, even though as I've grown older, I have come to appreciate Larry Elmore more. But I love Jeff Easley's art. I forgot my copy of anything he's done art in. I was going to bring my copy of S4, Lost Caverns of Sochconth. Now, you guys know, yes, Larry Elmore is here. Elmore is here this year. You guys full well know that I love Lost Caverns of Sochconth. It's hands down, it's one of my favorite modules of all time. Alan Grohe is manning the Black Blade booth, and if you guys caught my tweet earlier and the video short I did, they're selling print-on-demand copies. Like, they went and bought them. They paid for them and are just charging what they paid for them. Reproductions. Tunkatad says, we expect pictures and you and Mrs. Delver to have a blast this weekend. Well, we're working on it, buddy. But anyway, so I waited patiently. Now, let me tell you something. I didn't bring anything for him to do this, and I wish I had. But Jeff was in the middle of drawing a three-quarter page drawing in a young man's copy of, I think he had a Jeff Easley covered either Monster Manual or Player's Handbook, and it was just fantastic. But he generally spends like a half an hour on those. Colleen was fading a little bit. Doomsword, that's fine. You have my email. You can go ahead and ping me. Don't worry about it. I kind of have a suspicion I know what your request is, but you send it on because, brother, absolutely, definitely. But anyway, so the gentleman who was there helping Jeff, like while Jeff was drawing, this guy was selling massive canvas prints and stuff.
Gorgeous. They were huge.
Beautiful reproductions of his work.
So beautiful.
He actually interrupted Jeff for me, and so Alan was selling the repros of S4, and I bought one, and I got, it's kind of towards the back a little bit. My favorite drawing in that book, I got done because it is a piece of art by Jeff Easley, and he signed it in gold ink, as Colleen reminds me. And I'm gonna show that to you guys real quick.
Here.
Drelsna, the vampire chick of my dreams.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah, it's just an amazing signature to see. So So I got all that signed. Tomorrow I'm going to see Errol, and I'm going to get the cover of In the Dungeons of the Slave Lords, my orange
Master screen.
Dungeon Master screen, half. I don't have the back half of that particular version, but I have the one with the art on it. So I'm gonna get Errol to autograph In the Dungeons of the Slave Lords, the Deities and Demigods, and the Dungeon Master's screen, because he's done all those. And we had a lot of fun today. We ran into, like I said, chatted up Darlene a little bit. And hey, yes, I am, Tunka. I will talk about that here in just a minute. When I get home, I'm going to share you guys a link. And let me tell you something. If you guys are old school and you love old school D&D at least as much as I do, and especially if you love old school D&D art, I have mentioned her many times before, her GoFundMe. Darlene still needs some help with her house. So, I know you guys can pull off some amazing stuff when you get your wheels turning. So I'm going to share her GoFundMe. If you just look on GoFundMe for Darlene Queen Anne Restoration, or Darlene Queen Anne, you will have the info there. Please consider donating to that. If you can. I'm trying to keep my phone steady here, guys. I didn't bring a phone tripod or anything. We were all carry on. So yeah, Queen Anne needs you, and this is GoFundMe.com/help Queen Anne survive. This is something that Darlene is doing, and Darlene, you may have to flip that around, guys. Darlene is an awesome lady, and
Such a sweetheart.
she's a very nice lady. I'm gonna get a picture of that, and I'm gonna post that up on Twitter. But please consider donating to that. What else? Oh yeah, so we helped her get squared away. She was doing a demo game of Jasmine, and if you've never been to the Grand Geneva,
It's so confusing.
it's bonkers. It is the Winchester House of hotels.
You know, it kind of is.
Stairs that seem to go nowhere, people that seem to come out of nowhere. It's
And they look at you like,
crazy.
you're crazy.
I mean, it's from the 1960s and 70s. I guess, you do enough cocaine
Frank Lloyd Wright.
and pay Frank Lloyd Wright enough, and that's what you get. It seemed to please Hugh Hefner anyway. So we walked a country mile today because of how they've got things spread out this year.
Oh.
I kind of hope they consolidate things. Ken says, for those of us who didn't make it up here, thanks so much for giving you a window into the fun, and it has been a blast. Yeah, so Darlene didn't even know where she was supposed to be, but we sorted it out. I've seen the inimitable,
We
and
found it on the website for her.
we found it. Yes, Colleen found it, if I'm being perfectly honest. We ran into the inimitable Paul Stormberg.
Always fun.
That was Paul is a great guy, and I say he's one of the nicest old school dudes. That is, people who are into old school D&D that you are ever gonna meet. Paul plays it smart. He stays the hell off social media for the most part, which is probably why he's so well respected. But he runs an incredibly fun game, and I swung by, and I dropped off a couple of 3D prints that I did for him of.
They made it through the TSA and everything.
Yeah. Well, they made it all the way here. One of them, actually, Colleen, if you hand me.
Which one?
Oh, no. Is it this one? No. Maybe it's in that one, but it's one of. Yes. So I did a 3D resin print of Paul, for Paul, of that Mushroom Man. Now, if you see that wisp of smoke rising off of the jug in the 3D print, that's held on by like a human hair thickness bit of casting, and that's all. So one of them broke.
But the other one did not.
One of them broke, and I glued it back on, and it seemed very secure. Like it survived me thumping on it because I'm like, this has got to survive either being shipped or hand delivered. And I was like, awesome. I wrapped them up very nicely. And when we got to the hotel last night and unwrapped them, one was broken. So I took them to Paul. I explained what happened. He said, "Hey, don't worry. I'm gonna have somebody else fix this." But the other one is apparently going to Errol Otis.
Very cool.
You can if I will do those on a single request basis. On a single request basis.
They are so fragile.
So if you want a 3D resin print of a Mushroom Man,
I'm not hand delivering that one, just so you know.
yeah, no, then please reach out to me on social media, and I will talk to you about that. One guy was all over me. He's like, "I want the STL," and I'm like, "I paid for the STL. Someone else did the STL. I can't give you the
Tell you where to
STL."
get it.
But yeah, I was able to tell him where to track it down. So, what else? What else is there? Oh yes. So this is a little less related. This was pretty cool. This is a company was doing the dealers tables and ancillary rooms is an old school blue D&D map. So I may use this for my OD&D game. I think a lot of people are probably going to do that, be using that. Do I know the Mushroom Man? The Mushroom Man?
The Mushroom Man?
Do I know the Mushroom Man?
Wait, the one that lives on Drury Lane?
Yeah. Yes, I know the Mushroom Man.
Mushroom Man.
The Mushroom Man. Yes, I know the Mushroom Man who lives on Dungeon Lane.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Tommy. Yeah, it is a lot of fun. So the missus now look, you guys are going to see it in the footage that I'm shooting, which hopefully is not. Old School Grognard said that was awesome. You're welcome. But you guys are going to see a lot of footage. Hopefully it was in focus. If not, I'm going to have to go back tomorrow and reshoot a lot. Fortunately, because I have time and this was only the first day of the con, I can go back and shoot more footage if I have to. But I'm going to have to review the footage tonight because, of course,
you're going to have to review it. I see. I'm just saying.
Anyway, the footage will be reviewed tonight for focus and clarity. And but the point is, in the vendors hall, there are so many great vendors. One vendor is from Winter Park, Florida. He's literally 8 minutes from me, up 1792 and left into Winter Park.
Stuff. I was like, no way.
So yeah, just super close. But my wife got a friend this absolutely gorgeous dice bag from one of the vendors.
There are two vendors there that seem to specialize in machine embroidery, and they're both absolutely stunning.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember which one is from, but those are both their names. But so I got this from my friend who I've known for 20 years. We survived the SCA together a million years ago.
Then you've known her for probably close to 30 years.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. Anyway.
Only slightly less time than I've known you.
So,
but I got her this beautiful bag.
lovely
and
Celtic
it's embroidered
cross.
with almost a shiny green,
Mm-hmm.
not quite metallic thread. Inside it's got all the
It's got a
proper
shamrock.
sort of Irish things. But I know she'll love it. It's but yeah, she's helped me with homeschool for our youngest.
Yeah.
And never asking for anything in return. So
we got her that.
Appreciating one of our educators.
Ken says, "Dang, I need one of those." You know,
they are gorgeous. And
noise.
I got a dice bag that actually it's absolutely gorgeous stuff.
Hey, Lux, greetings. So yeah, we're hitting all the swag booths and just in advance, if you're a vendor, I've been respectful. I've asked everybody when I've done walkthrough of their booth,
Mm-hmm.
hey, do you mind if I shoot some B-roll footage in here? And they've all been okay with it. Now I met a dude, and I want to give a shout out to this guy, and I think I have the right person. This is Diecast Games. Now, first of all, let me tell you something. I met the Noble Knight folks for the first time face to face this morning. I keep saying this afternoon, this evening, but it was this morning because we got there pretty darn early today because I didn't want to miss a thing.
Yeah, early. Ugh.
But first of all, look, I'm just going to big shout out to Noble Knight Games, okay? You guys, fantastic booth, awesome stuff, great stuff, you know. Yes, they do cater to high-end collectors. In fact, that's where I ran into Ty Beard. Ty was buying a copy of Tecumel, the boxed Tecumel set,
Yeah.
which I think was my Tecumel set that I had to release back into the
It
wild
did
because
look
I needed
familiar.
money.
Yeah.
I needed money, and I had
That
to
was a
sell
long
my
time ago.
Tecumel set. So Ty Beard might have my Empire of the Petal Throne set now, which would be kind of cool if he does. But yes, they cater to collectors with a capital C.
They were so nice.
But they're super nice and awesome folks.
I think she recognized your name.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
they
She's
recognize
like,
me.
oh,
I have
know
had a
him.
couple of you folks out there walk up. Look, first of all, I see you guys on dime-sized dots on the screen, and half of you use like cartoons or movie clips or stuff like that for your user avatars. I'm terrible at putting screen names together with real names. So if you stopped by and said hello today, and there have been 5 or 6 people who have, and I kind of have a moment of, oh, hey, I apologize.
No, you're
I
better with names than me.
sincerely apologize. RJ McCready, yes. But also, the diecast game guy was there, and I was kind of having some fun. I was kind of laughing a little bit, and I said, could you explain this to me? Because I've walked around your booth a couple of times, and I see classic RPGs and RPG materials here in your booth that are set at affordable prices. Is this some kind of gimmick, some kind of scheme? And he kind of laughed, and he said, well, you know, it's a thing he does. So I believe it was diecast games.
Confirm it tomorrow.
But the guy had a great deal. Sorely tempted to buy Grav Armor, which was a micro game by a company called Dwarf Star. But I mean, I'm at the point, like, who would I play that with? Mrs. the Dungeon Delver, I can barely get her to RP anymore, you know? So getting her to sit down and play a tactical chit and hex game from...
you could probably get Dad to play it.
I saw Ed Greenwood in passing. He was with a lot of people because it's Ed Greenwood, right? He was with a lot of people, and I didn't feel comfortable with the idea of just rushing over. But yeah, I've tried to make sure that everybody, like, not to hover or anything like that, because they're just dudes, you know. Society of Creative Adults or Society of Consenting Adults. I think that's you, Colleen, from Michael.
It's not that second one.
It's not that second one.
No, I mean, there's consent. I mean, good grief, but that's not like the focus.
But anyway, so I think maybe some vendors might be coming in tomorrow, possibly. I hope so. Because there's a couple, 2 or 3 people that I didn't see that I'd like to see.
It was a big and full vendor room.
It was a full vendor room, but it is a quarter mile from any of the gaming.
It felt like a lot longer.
It was.
It was a trek. It was like heading for Mecca.
It was a serious trek. I mean, it was like, you know, you guys have heard that. I'm sure everybody's heard that theory about The Shining, how like the Overlook Hotel is a tesseract, and it's not really like, oh, you know, but if you look at the outside shots, you can't be in here and see that from here, and that's over there. That's the way that the gosh darn
we find a way around
place
Disney
is. Yeah.
And in Orlando, where, you know, one road has 4 names and ends at a lake, and you have to turn around. We couldn't find
Clanner J. Gary Con Leg Day Edition. Yes, it was.
Oh my Lord, yes. Oh, ouch.
But anyway, Tommy Dye says you're going to try and watch Ed's Fate of Norns tomorrow. Very cool. I saw Stefan Pokorny. They did not, Dwarven Forge did not have an event or a booth here this year, which kind of made me sad because I would have liked to have picked up a $5 grab bag of bits and pieces. So tomorrow I've got 2 gaming sessions tomorrow, and meeting Errol, and possibly shooting more B-roll if I cocked that up. I keep calling it B-roll. It's footage for you guys. It's not just crap to put in the background. It's actual footage that I'm going to show you guys. And hey, Miss Bella Games, how are you? Benjamin Osworth, hot dingus. All right. So yeah, I may have to walk around shooting a lot more footage tomorrow if I mess
What
that
a
up. But
hardship for you.
I saw something that kind of made me very happy because I've told you guys about this. Or maybe if I haven't, then I apologize. But a friend of Paul Stormberg's, uh, back during the summer last, well, no, gosh, it started, I don't even remember when, but they purchased my services as a 3D printing guy.
Oh, right,
They
yeah.
bought, we are enjoying it. Thank you, Miss Bella. It is, yes, we're enjoying it very much. But this friend of Paul's, Doug, uh, asked me to print up in 15 millimeter dungeon doors, a great green demon face, devil face rather, from Tomb of Horrors, and a set of pools. It's just a little set of circular round bottomed pools, and he did the entire upper and lower levels of Quasqueton in 15 millimeter and used.
We got good pictures of
And
it.
we got great pictures of those. I tweeted some of those out, so we have fantastic pictures of those. Now, my hands shake like a leaf, you know. I'm like Gene Wilder in Blazing Saddles, you know. It's like, you see that? And they're like, steady as a rock. This is the hand. This is the hand I shoot with, you know. And that's like me with a camera. But so it was really neat to be able to walk in and walk right up to those and go, I remember when I did those. And I was just telling someone that like the 3D printing process of those,
tiny little doors.
tiny doors,
like 100 and something of them.
158 doors that are like the size of my fingernail because they're in 15 millimeter.
Crazy tiny.
And Samalama, greetings. But taking stuff off of a print surface when it's that thin and that tiny means sliding it with this, like carefully sliding the spatula along. And like I slid that spatula so hard to get a series of doors off. Just it was just plastic chaff, just exploded all. I still find those doors and pieces of those doors stuck to, because you know, and the resin doesn't cure unless you expose it to UV, so they're still damp. So when I find them, I have to take them down, clean the spot off the wall with isopropyl alcohol. But anyway, but no, it was good to see my stuff being used like that. It made me happy.
It was cool, and that thing is huge.
Yeah, that diorama.
It's gotta be what, 5-6 feet in one direction.
Yeah. They're 5 feet long, and you know when people think like. I can just on the table that you guys have seen on camera before. I should do this. I should just like set this up as a bonus video for patrons one day. But I can put the entirety of the upper works of A2 together. I have enough Dwarven Forge and I have just enough table space. Mm-hmm. You take something like Tomb of Horrors or the upper works of the Steading of the Hill Giant Chief or many other classic maps that it's just one page in the module. Well, one 8.5 by 11 page. Now break that down into 1/4 inch squares, and that's each is a 2-inch square. Now how much table space do you need?
All of it.
Yeah, every bit of it.
There was a vendor with gaming tables. Holy cow!
Yeah. You guys will see some footage of that. He does the whole. Because I'm sure you guys have seen it before. The hidden. It looks like just a gorgeous dining room table, but underneath, like you lift the leaves off the top.
Comes out and up and like.
There's drawers. There's old as school. Peace to you. There's drawers for putting books in. There's a whole layer for miniatures and terrain.
It's like a Decepticon, which is like transform into this amazing. It was so beautiful.
I gotta move this arm, guys. It's killing me. But anyway, there's a lot of stuff to see. And I had thank you, Mrs.
You're
the Dungeon
welcome.
Deliver is holding the phone / camera for me. I'm not super comfortable right now at any rate, but more comfortable than I was on the flight from Detroit to
Yeah,
to Milwaukee.
Luckily, it was 50 minutes long.
Yeah, it was like that. I did have some Dungeons and Dragons-y fun on the way from Orlando to Detroit because the seat back entertainment screen, right?
I got to watch movies. That was so
And
cool.
I watched. You had to make that kind of thing ourselves in the '80s and '90s, hence they didn't exist. Uh, does Wormwood have a booth? That I think was the company. I think that was
It
the
might have
company.
been.
I need to just break down and spend $8 on a program, so I can show that off to you guys too. But uh, no, seat entertainment rig in front of me. So I watched Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. So I got.
I watched Trading Places.
She watched it, but they both have Dan Aykroyd in them.
Yep.
So yeah, I watched Temple of Doom, so a good dungeon adventure with a wilderness section and a city section. So I was set. I was ready for it there. So hey Calvinoni, good to see you. Gosh, what else? That just about sums it up. Yeah, they've had a few, like these are just a few table freebies. These are like monster cards.
The
They have
art
some
was
kind of
so
stats on the
beautiful.
back. Um,
Yeah, I got this one.
Cal says get some rest.
And then also this one, which kind of gave me a sort of a Hern the Hunter vibe.
Yes.
And those two are for the girls.
So
Freebies are cool.
yeah, I'm gonna try and hit up a couple of vendors tomorrow and shoot some more. RPG Grandma, hello. Mike Dymart, howdy. Yeah, no, we're having a lot of fun. We're doing real good.
It was much fun right up to the edge of the log will allow.
Exactly. So Lake Geneva is cold, but it is it is Lake Geneva. So
We decided those piles of unmelted snow are sand because that makes us feel better.
yes. Yes, Michael Connor. Aykroyd is in Temple of Doom. He is the British businessman, arranger, fence, whatever, who meets Indy at the airport after a shootout at Club Obi-Wan.
And I had totally forgotten that.
And he says, Dr. Jones, how nice to see you. We have arranged your transport as you requested. It took a bit of effort on such short notice, and then, of course, they climb in, he thanks him, they climb in the airplane. Indy's laughing at Lao Tse's goons and Lao Tse outside the airport fence, and he steps in and shuts the door. And when he pulls the door of the plane shut, of course, you can see Lao Tse air freight. So yes, Dan Aykroyd is in it. Not credited.
Is that like a
Dungeon
play-
Minister, good to see you, Padre.
So is Lao Tse a play on the word lousy?
Maybe. But anyway, I hope you're well. I'm closer to you now, Dungeon Minister, than I have been before. Who was it that was in here from Toronto earlier?
Yeah.
I haven't seen Sissy yet, Tonka. It didn't work out yet. Okay, let me say it hasn't worked out yet. I definitely hope to see her. We got in last night. We didn't get into Lake Geneva until just after 5. And it was like,
and we left the house at 5:20 a.m. Eastern Standard, so we were pretty much done.
You know how travel is. We were traveling for like 350
we
hours.
traveled 3 times.
John Scott, hello and goodbye. Have fun. So yeah, Wednesday was the day she could get free and dash up here and hang out. And we're like,
we're not there yet.
we just don't have the
anything.
So, because we came in, ordered food, pushed food into face, fell asleep.
Yeah, pretty much.
And
you did already set an alarm.
When
you were so excited, you woke up before the alarm, which is like shocking, because that never happened.
Well, that plus sleeping for 11 hours will get you up at an early time.
Maybe you.
But anyway, so I haven't seen her yet. I haven't seen Sapphire yet. So. I hope everyone on the Discord is behaving themselves. Bluto, I'm looking at, or no, Doomsword, I'm looking at you with your comment about this Led Zeppelin cover. I'll just post this in the Led Zeppelin channel. I got my eyes on you, buddy. Yeah, the older you get, the harder travel is on the body. That is so very, very true.
I'm just glad I can move enough to do it. I
Yeah,
am very happy about
yeah.
that.
But I now look, con floor talk like we're gonna be best friends forever. And it's gonna be so much fun. That Bill Con. What is this Bill Con you guys keep talking about? Do stuff for my con, for the Great Underground Online Gaming Convention. That you guys talking about Bill Con are making me jealous. I don't know of a Bill Con, but anyway,
Sounds like others.
it does. It does. Anyway, again, I saw Jim Ward, Dave LaForce, Diesel LaForce, and of course, can I just swipe right and just take Tonka's comment off the screen? Can I just? That's not there. Anyway, but you mean the chat, Dungeon Minister? The chat will play. Anyway, so I met I met some
sassing
TS.
the dungeon minister. That's not nice.
Jim seemed to be in good spirits. RPG Grandma, he did. Soft spoken and humble as always. But anyway, Jim, Jim was Jim, and he seemed he was keeping on, Jim. But anyway, there's a whole raft of people, including Jim, that I'm going to have on the show over the months. I'm not going to run over in the middle of somebody's game and say, "Hey, quick video selfie with you."
Nothing's firmly scheduled yet.
The only stalkery thing that I did today was track down Alan Hammock because I wanted his autographs.
That took forever.
Then when I found out
that room was hidden.
Yeah, Alan's.
I had to pull out my old thief skills.
Which was nice because it was quiet.
Oh,
it was
nice.
It was wonderfully, absolutely, amazingly quiet. But yeah, we sat on the sidelines, and I did crack a joke that I think almost got the other players to lynch me. Because so if you know Ghost Tower of Inverness, there's a lake of fire level. And one of the players had on a ring of fire resistance, but he fell in, and he was like, "I'm trying to climb out of the fire." And Alan's like, "Well, you're on the floor of this liquid fire, walking through this gelatinous fire." And I looked over at Alan. We were respectfully on the sidelines, but I looked over at Alan and I said, "Alan, if this is magic fire, shouldn't all of his items be making magic items versus items versus magic fire saves?"
The looks you
and they're like, "Oh, shut up. No.
And I said, "Weren't you supposed to not talk? Sit down."
Yeah. Try to get Ty to run a fistful. I'll talk to him about it tomorrow. I will talk to him about that. But yeah, no, but like I said, I felt embarrassed. Like I took a shot that went up on Twitter of Alan's day, and I didn't realize until it popped that I had the flash on. So
Oops.
unfortunately, yeah, flash probably in everybody's face. So my apologies to Alan and his game folk. But they did well. They got the gem back to Galadriel, and only one character died. And using magics, they were able to bring that character back. So
yeah, they did good.
Despite my interference. Despite my interference.
We only had 2 other comments, I think.
Oh no, just one other, because a player quaffed a potion of healing, and then in the next round quaffed a potion of invisibility. And I said, I looked over at Alan and I said, Alan, he's drunk 2 potions close together. Shouldn't you check the effect time of those and consult the potion mixability tables?
And I said, "Quiet, you."
Alan laughed. They thought it was funny.
Yeah, I'm like, "Isn't that your game? Sit down."
Yeah. It's the dungeon master in me. I can't, it's just like, it's a dad watching your kid. It's like you're an expert modeler and your dad's.
You were that helicopter parent.
Your kid is making a model, and you're like, "Just have fun."
And then you take over the project.
You're doing it wrong. Give it here.
Yeah. I was trying to help you not do that. I'm here for you.
I should have yelled "Toothpaste Monster." I should have yelled "Toothpaste Monster." Dang it! I should have done that. He would have gotten a kick out of that. Oh my gosh, this is gone. This little stream here that I intended to make very brief has gone on a lot longer than I thought it would.
Super
Um,
shocking.
I mean, for me, even if I just like reached over now and clicked, goodbye, it would still be a long stream. So, is there anything anybody wants to ask me real quick? I don't know that I'll do another stream. That was evil. Catch and release on signatures and character sheets. Yeah. Um, they're all well. 3 of 30 people have said that's only 10%. So I'm not going anywhere until I get a majority. Old School says, have fun, RPG Grandma, get some rest. Cal's telling me to go to bed. Is the air pure in Wisconsin? It's colder.
Well, I did almost
Solid-
have an asthma attack with the cold.
Solid
but,
frozen blocks of oxygen. Yeah, we've been
Yeah,
trying to
I
make use
wasn't
of
so
those.
good at breathing.
Oh, food. Food has been pretty good. Not
Food
in
has
the
been
airport,
better.
but otherwise food has been good.
Food's always good in Wisconsin.
Tonka Todd says, where do babies come from? All right.
Nope. Sick.
Okay. Sorry. Maybe another stream.
Nope.
Anyhow. It's been lovely to see you get to, like, I think we peaked out at like 40. I'll have to leave the state and stream from a hotel room more often.
Oh, good God, no.
I know. No, I won't. Anyway, guys. Thank you, Samalama. Thank you for the super. Thank you for the $5, my brother. Thank you. Namaste, my friend.
Thank you.
Alan Canning, thank you so much. When you went to convention, downed espressos like crazy. I can believe it, Old School. But
Diet Cherry Pepsi.
you guys have fun. And I may do. I look like another game VTuber without the beard. Okay, all right. And good night to you all.
Good night.
I love you guys. I mean it. We both do. Thank you all for helping make this happen. And
It's been a great anniversary gift.
yeah,
We told someone, yes, we've been married 24 years, and he said, consecutively?
yeah.
I said, yes, and on
okay, all right.
purpose.
Well, just before we bolt, let's see. Search for secret doors. I hope to see you too. Samalama says, bye, Mom, bye, Dad. Good night. We started running into.
Brush your teeth.
We started running into gamers right from the start, at the airport in Milwaukee.
You can kind of tell who they are.
Who is that? Ron Rateliff. Well, thank you for watching, and I'm glad you think I do stuff for the hobby. I really appreciate it. Mod Hunter says, don't stay up, I'm gaming, and someone said, looks like something. Let me see, I'll bring those back up.
Something like that.
Look for my owl bear up there. I will. Okay, guys, this is it. Good night. Y'all be good, and I'll talk to y'all. I'll do one more stream before we leave, like maybe late Saturday night. Good night, guys. Thank you.